The Iran-Saudi conflict, not just the conflict between two different nations. It's the conflict that has created some huge level of turbulence in the whole West Asian politics. And obviously, the winds, the flares of this conflict has also touched the borders of our country, that is India. Yes, we are talking about the supply of the crude oil. Iran and Saudi, we know it very well that how rich they are when it comes to the crude oil reserves, and they are also part of the OPEC Plus that controls the global prices for oil. And so it becomes important for us from the perspective of our examination to understand what is the conflict, why there is a conflict between Iran and Saudi Arabia, and what are the other factors related to it. So guys, you're watching Study IQ IAS English. My name is Pravin Mishra, and let's go ahead and understand the whole scenario. The first thing, as you can see, the Iran-Saudi conflict, it's not just the conflict of ideology. It's the conflict of strategy. It's the conflict of politics, as well as the conflict of economy as well. And at the heart of this conflict lies the war of supremacy or the race of supremacy. Both of these countries wants to dominate the Muslim world, specifically in the Middle East. When you talk about Iran, it follows the Shia Islam or the Shia ideology. And whenever you talk about Saudi Arabia, it follows the Sunni Islam or the Sunni ideology. And basically, Saudi Arabia sees itself as the protector of the Sunni orthodoxy and the holy sites like Mecca and Medina. Whereas we talk about Iran, so it is going ahead with absolutely Shia-led political ideology. See, the fusion of religion and politics is the most deadly weapon of mass destruction. Even the nuclears and hydrogen weapons are not that deadly as compared to this fusion of ideology, of religion and politics. And so what you are watching is one such reason, that could be one such reason for the next great war, that is World War III. The fusion of religion and politics, specifically between two great powers, Iran and Saudi Arabia, those who hold that resource which is needed basically by the whole globe. Yes, once again, that's crude oil. And now let's talk about the further implications. The 1979, the time period of Iranian Revolution, which was considered or which is considered as the turning point of the conflict between Iran and Saudi Arabia. As you can see, the revolution replaced the Iran's monarchy, the Raza Pahlavi government, with Ayatollah Khomeini, inspiring Shia populations across the region. And now, Saudi Arabia saw this as an existential ideological threat to its Sunni monarchy. So the revolution of 1979 of Iran that led to the disturbance of the whole West Asian politics when Ayatollah Khomeini took charge as the Iranian leader. And now from there, he started promoting the Shia-led political ideologies, which was now seen as a threat by the Saudi Arabian as well as its counter countries or as well as its satellite countries as a threat, direct threat to their Sunni ideology. And so now the war begins. As you can see, both the countries, they want to establish their leadership in the Muslim world, not just political, but also economic and also religious. And so this is what? The battle of regional leadership. And now the next big thing, as you can see this part, Saudi Arabia uses its oil wealth and the custodianship of Islam's holiest sites. Once again, Mecca and Medina. And Iran uses the revolutionary ideology, going ahead with the axis of resistance, that is the Shia regional militias, to expand the influence. And so here we have got the big trouble. The axis of resistance, specifically talking about Yemen, Lebanon, Syria, Iran, and Iraq. And now they are fighting with the counterparts of their ideology, that is US, Israel, and their satellite states as well. So as you can see, what is the biggest concern? The oil and economy dimensions. See the facts here. Both are oil giants, no doubt in that. So members of OPEC Plus with Russia, okay, and they do have one of the biggest market shares that influence their global energy politics. Iran's oil exports were hit by the sanctions by the US, but it has maintained its market along with Russia, India, and many other Southeast Asian countries. And finally, as you can see, both are part of the OPEC Plus with Russia, yet rivalry remains over pricing and market strategy. And now, as you can see, The US is in direct support of Saudi Arabia, while Iran became anti-US post 1979 revolution. So remember, if there is a country which is supported by US and there is a country which is opposed by US, so that country which is opposed by US will be directly supported by two bigger sharks, Russia and China. And so here comes in the picture. If US and Saudi, they are having the oil and the security plus arms, Iran is there with excess of resistance alongside with the countries like Lebanon, Yemen, Syria and Iraq. And they are directly supported by Russia and China. Against whom? Against US, Israel and Saudi Arabia. And now here comes the twist. China enters the game. In 2016, officially, the diplomatic ties between the two nations, that is Iran and Saudi Arabia, was suspended. And in 2023, 7 years later, out of nowhere in March 2023, China brokered peace talks between the two, leading to the restoration of diplomatic ties after 7 bloody years. And this marks China's growing influence as well as hegemony within the West Asian or the Asian politics or simply the global politics, raising huge concerns on the hegemony of the West, that is basically the US. So guys, I hope this is all clear with regard to the Iran-Saudi conflict. And now the biggest concern here, why it matters to us, that is India. So there are 4 different points that we must mark here. The first one, that is India, we maintain strategic neutrality. We are friends with both Iran as well as Saudi. Second, our oil imports, they both are our crucial energy partners. And remember, with Iran, we are importing the crude oil not in the US dollars, but in the Indian rupees. Third point, diaspora safety. A huge number of Indian population resides in Iran, Saudi Arabia, and their joining states. And now the final point, the geopolitical balance. India supports stability in the West Asia, obviously to protect our own interest, specifically the interest of trade that passes through Iran's Chabahar port. Right, everyone? So this is all with regard to this topic, Iran versus Saudi Arabia. I hope this is all clear. And if you have any issues, guys, any doubts, please do let us know into the comment section. And in the next session, firstly, we'll pick up your comment, eliminate your doubt, and then only start the next topic. Right, everyone? And remember, if you're a serious UPSC CSE aspirant, this information is for you. If you're targeting the examination year of 2026, so we have got for you the fast track batch commencing from 17th of October. With 1,000 plus hours of live lectures, access to recorded lectures, 18 sets of printed books sent to you at your doorstep, along with teachers' personal class notes shared with you at the end of the session in the PDF format. Prelims test series, mains test series, interview guidance program, 1:1 mentorship, along with the mains residential program. Every single thing will be covered under one single subscription. 75 plus tests for prelims, 15 plus tests for mains, and multiple mock interviews for your personality test. Alongside, what you will get is your personal mentor. The moment you have subscribed, we will assign you one personal mentor with whom you can connect anytime and resolve your issues related to your academics as well as your preparation. And further, the most important part, the books, 18 sets of printed books will be sent to you at your doorstep. The moment you have subscribed, you'll have to fill a form with basic details, including your name, mobile number, address, and so on. So the address that you have shared with us, on the very same address, we will courier those books to you, made on the upgraded and updated pattern of UPSC CSE. Right, everyone? And then the final part, the MRP, the mains residential program. The moment you have qualified your prelims, you have got almost a bandwidth of 90 to 100 days. And for those, for your mains, and for those 90 to 100 days of the bandwidth for your mains, you'll be called to Delhi's Rajendra Nagar, the hub of civil services, where your accommodation will be totally on us. As in, you don't have to pay a single penny, a single rupee for your stay in Delhi. And your greatest teachers, mentors with whom you learned in the online mode will be there in the offline mode to train you, prepare you, provide you the utmost level of, greatest level of practice basically for your mains examination. So guys, all of these things you can avail in just rupees 7,999 only. Yes, you heard that correct. Everything you will get in this price, but there is a catch. You will get this price only when you have applied the promo code, and the promo code is PRV Live. So guys, keep the code copied with you on any subscription that you are taking on Study IQ platform. You need this promo code in order to enjoy the maximum possible discount. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching. See you soon from 17th of October onwards in our fast track batches for 2026. And before you leave, guys, hit the subscribe button of the channel Study IQ English. And in case you wish to connect with me, here is the Telegram channel name, Praveen_Study IQ, or simply you can scan this QR code and connect with me for all the class links, PDFs, quizzes, discussions, and so on. And further, you can also connect with me on my Instagram, that is Praveen Mishra_2107. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and never miss an update from the channel. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good day. Take care. See you soon. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.